Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Identity Crisis, episode 128. I'm your host, Ryan By, joined as always by Mr. Adam Lovar,
Hello.
my literal brother from another mother, Justin Pickavance.
Did it work?
Nope.
God
Sorry.
damn it.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Check out this
Yeah.
easy can though.
Oh, that is
It's
nice.
actually
Can we pull it up a
purple.
little closer? I was gonna say it's probably like the green screen doesn't work well with
Yeah.
it. Oh yeah. I
Well,
can see
there's
it, though.
also like very similar colors with your background right now, like that green and kind of yellowy.
I mean,
And
that's his
my-
whole world.
My ambient lights in the room are all green and purple, so that may be tinting things weirdly.
There you go. Finally, Josh, still have not thought of a good nickname for him yet, Huffman.
Hello.
How's everybody doing?
Not
Doing
too
good.
No
bad.
complaints.
Good. Glad to hear.
Kinda wish we were playing Death in Space, but
Don't we all? Don't
Let
we
it
all?
breathe, son. Let it
Nah.
breathe. Um, this is Identity Crisis, your now bi-weekly video game podcast, because every other week we're playing Death in Space. Justin is working on uploading us onto all the podcast platforms. We're redoing it all since we switched to Anchor. Also, find us on YouTube, youtube.com/identitycrisis, and we stream live every Monday, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, twitch.tv/identitycrisis. Come join us. Come say hello. All right, we got actually not a whole lot to cover today. It might be I always say it's going to be a quicker episode, and then we go for like 2.5 hours, so I'm not going to say that.
I told
Oh.
Marissa it might be a
It would-
short one, and she was like, "Don't even say it."
It would require us both to have a low amount of news and for me to shut the fuck up. And
Yeah.
we both know we can have one or the other, never both.
Right. Right. All right, well, let's kick it off, as we always do, with a listener question from Jacob. Hello, Jacob.
What up,
What up,
Jacob?
Jacob?
Hi, Jacob.
Jacob says, what historical figure do you want to fight? Tradition dictates. Adam goes first. Adam, what do you got?
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Because he's so little?
No, because he was just a dick, and he deserves to get the shit kicked out of him. And I don't think anyone actually, or just put him over my knee and spank him.
Yeah.
He just needs something. And I feel
How
like
t-
he
how
not in
tall
a
was he?
sexual way.
Justin's
5'6".
face.
5'6".
Yeah, he wasn't that small, but dude needed an ass whooping.
So
I mean, Benson's pretty
specifically,
small.
the reason why he's portrayed as tiny is because he had gigantic bodyguards, and so those are painted in portrait paintings with him frequently. And so 5'6" was pretty average at the time, but over the years people kind of just forgot that he had like 6
Yeah.
foot like French dudes, like
So
you
it
know,
looks like he's
6'8".
4'8" or something.
Yeah, because they're like
comparatively.
It's not like
like-
a hold him back like a dwarf
Yeah.
style. Like he can't he's trying to cartoon punch you. Like he just needs his ass whooped.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what you got against?
I would bring
Jordans?
a hockey stick with me too, and just kick the shit out of him.
There you go. Fuck yeah. I like it.
He wouldn't have a complex anymore, hopefully, and we wouldn't have to have named the Napoleon complex after him. So
Yeah.
it'd be great.
Because he got the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
Justin launched into space. He's gone.
dead. He's dead. Sorry guys.
All right. Well, he's back. All right.
Blast off.
Josh. Huh?
Blast off.
Oh, okay. Sure. Josh, what is your answer?
So the reason I know a bunch of fun facts about Napoleon is that I picked him as well.
Yeah.
Hey, great minds think
so-
alike.
Here's my thought process through here. There's a lot of terrible people over humanity. In fact, probably most of them. And so then I'm like, okay, who do I think I could win in a fight against? And maybe Hitler. I don't know if he's a good fighter. Pretty
Right. We don't know.
he's a pretty average painter. So
Yeah.
but who knows if he's good at fighting? And I'm sure Genghis Khan could beat the absolute fuck out of me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a fun one to
I didn't
challenge.
want
Yeah.
to pick
No.
him.
Yeah, that
But
didn't
like
go well.
Stalin, probably like even if I won, I'm going to the gulag.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Gulag, yeah. I don't
Even
know, man. Those crazy Russians, he would just run up and kick you right in the
That's what I'm
nuts,
saying.
and then just
Like, yeah.
right in the the eyeballs, and you'd be dropped.
I
that's
feel
what I'm
like
saying. Like,
he's one of those guys where as you're punching him, he's laughing. Like it's one of those things. You know what I mean? Like,
yes,
He
he's
gives you one free one.
yeah.
he's Dio from JoJo's Bizarre
Yeah.
Adventure. Like, yes. So I figure like out of all of the conquerors, out of all of the people who have caused lots of wars and things, sure, Napoleon is 5'6", which is taller than me, but
Yeah.
uh I don't know. If he's got bodyguards typically, that would imply that maybe he's not the best fighter personally.
Right.
And if it's mano a mano,
Yeah.
maybe I got a chance.
Right.
Um Granted, I live in the 20th century, which means that I don't have to like fight for food or like go to school for that sort of shit. So he probably still beat me, um, but I feel like I got the best chance with Napoleon.
Yeah.
I don't even
Fair
think
enough.
Genghis is fair, even if you wanted to pick him.
I feel like
Like,
it's fair. I mean, I would die,
Yeah.
but
well,
I
Yeah.
feel
It's
like
not
it's
fair.
fair to pick him.
I just mean like, out of all of the conquerors, they kind of made decisions to get them where they are. But Genghis, like, that's what his people were. That's what he knew.
Yeah.
That's like he didn't know any. He didn't wake up and choose that he wanted to wipe out a particular race. His people just conquered shit, and that's what he
Yeah.
knew.
It's like the
I'm not
Vikings.
saying he was right.
Yeah, it's like the Vikings. Rape
Yeah,
and pillage. That's what you did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think though, like
It's
the
like part of their
sheer
religion.
degree and success that he
Yeah.
had shows he had to have something more than just that's what they did. Because how many famous Vikings do you remember?
3.
Uh Loki, Thor, Odin. Oh wait, sorry. My
How
bad.
many
Sorry,
how
those
many
aren't.
real Vikings do you remember? My point is that like I mean we remember Alexander the Great and we remember like some like you had to be really fucking good at conquering for history to remember you at this point. And
Yeah.
also like didn't I read a fact that like 1/5 of the human population is somehow related to Genghis Khan at this point?
What?
So
Yeah, I don't know if
uh
that's
Huh?
completely because he has so many kids. He was like
uh
taking concubines from every
let me
corner
Google
of the
this
world that he
because
touched.
yeah. So yeah, so I was exaggerating, but roughly 16 million descendants are living today.
That's insane.
So like
Jesus.
which the math works out to what 0.5% of the population. So I exaggerated significantly, but 16 million is a lot of people. And so like
That's a
sure,
few.
sure even if like they were conquerors, even if like that's what they did, he was really fucking good at it.
He's
Uh
really
What,
good.
spreading his seed?
yeah,
And taking over just about half of the world. There's that too. Yeah.
well, like damn near the entire known world at one
Yeah.
point in time
Yeah.
Mhm.
other
Did he
than
actually
like
battle too, or was he?
yeah, yeah. So he would actually go out like with spears on horses and like fuck
Whip him
people
at
up.
people?
To be
Yeah.
Haven't you
fair, I
guys
feel
seen
like
Mulan?
the
Um,
majority of the people that they conquered were probably like small villages. So when you have 50,000 horseback riders
You just
barreling
be like,
down on a
what
village
the
of
fuck
50,
is that coming?
Yeah.
I
Uh.
it's kind of like I heard someone on Twitch the other day talking shit that about France, being conquered constantly, and they're like, I'm from the UK, like we've never been conquered, and I'm like, except for by the Saxons, except for by like the Ottoman Empire, except for like which
the
you want me to
Romans,
keep going back? Like uh
the Romans
people
were
tend to
there.
forget. Yeah, the Romans, yeah. And so um
um. Justin, who's your pick?
First, have you guys seen the show Barbarians on
No.
Netflix?
Mm-mm.
It's about I think it's
Barbarians.
Germany, but yeah, it's about a kid who gets sent to the Romans by his dad as like a trade agreement or something. It's a German show, but some of the languages also is that Italy? Italians? Is that what they spoke back then? The Romans?
Fuck if I know.
Anyways, it's set in that time period, but it's super cool show. The second season recently came out, I think. So I need to pick that back up. But my pick is Hitler, without a doubt. 5'7", 154 pounds. I did better
You
than that back in my day.
Wait,
So
what was his stats?
5'7", 154.
Kind of thought he was bigger than that.
apparently not.
I
But
feel like
What's
he
his
was
reach?
always
Do we know
on
his reach?
drugs.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know what the meth would do to the fight. But regardless, for the people, I
For
would
the
pick him.
people. Fuck him
I-
up, Justin.
I might change my answer. I fought bigger than that.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
I
like
thought he was bigger than that.
yeah. We were just making fun of Napoleon, who's 5'6", and Hitler's 5'7".
Yeah. Now here's the question: how much did Napoleon weigh? But now I gotta find that out.
Ooh, yeah. I feel like Hitler'd be the easier fight at this point, honestly.
Hitler also like actually went. He dropped out of high school and joined the military and was pretty much in the military his entire life. I'm pretty sure there were a few
It might be a tough
wars in
fight.
his. So I would imagine some experience mixed in with, um, the meth. That might
See,
make
I
it
would imagine it'd
interesting.
be a scrapper fight. Like you
Yeah.
might get bit and like
From
some
Hitler?
shit like that. Yeah, I
I
imagine
feel like
him
he's a
being.
bitch.
See, I don't know why. Like I feel like he'd be a rat in a corner and like he would do anything and like
He
bite
also
your
ate
ear off or some
a
shit.
pound of
Like I don't
chocolates
know.
a day.
Hey, what?
A pound of chocolate a day.
Yeah, I feel like Hitler'd be a bitch. You know what I mean? Hitler'd
Yeah.
be that guy, that super cocky guy, where the second he got punched, he'd start crying and run away. Like that's Hitler. That's Hitler.
Okay,
Ju-
so accounting for trouser sizes, which is how they measured this, they estimate that Napoleon weighed between 67 kilograms and 90 kilograms, so roughly 150 to 200.
Huh? Yeah,
So right in that range.
All right,
150
quite a
to
range,
200.
but still.
somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Yeah, and because it depends on both when you check and also because I don't know if you guys know this, but they shipped him to an island and then he just like
Yeah.
damn near starved to death. So
Yeah.
like probably a lot later at that point.
Right.
That's when I want to fight him.
When he's malnourished
Yeah,
and like
malnourished,
starving.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
bet when he weighed a lot, it was flub, a lot more than muscle.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah.
For sure. All right, that's a good choice. Hitler's a good one. I really thought about stealing Tyler Durden's answer from Fight Club and going with Gandhi, but I don't want to take I don't want to take from a movie. I want to do my own. So I picked Richard Nixon. I feel like the second he walked off camera after saying I am not a crook and I'm just waiting in the tall grass and I just come out swinging, I feel like I could fuck up Richard Nixon. That dude was a prick. Um, my second choice was
Kind
J.
of ruin
Edgar.
politics
Yeah, my second choice
in
was
general.
J. Edgar Hoover as well because that dude's like, you want to talk about some horrific shit in our history? J. Edgar Hoover was behind a goddamn lot of it. So he was kind of my second choice too. But I like how you guys went abroad. I stayed home. I'm fighting the homeland.
Well, I wasn't allowed to pick anyone from home.
You weren't?
Because we're not allowed to talk politics.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. How about old politics? Was that
I'm
okay?
picking up what you're putting down.
Did I do okay with picking old politics? Is that
I
okay?
mean, Richard Nixon's dead, right?
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, he's dead. So, all right, fair enough. And J. Edgar Hoover's also dead, but he was actually I almost hate
He's
him
in-
more. I'm picking J. Edgar Hoover over Nixon now.
Hoover's in cryogenic like
Yeah,
freeze.
that's very possible. That's very possible. I
I
guess.
was in the Futurama like head
Yeah,
tank. That's what I thought
the
he was in.
brain. Yeah,
No,
that's awesome.
the government actually traded him to the aliens for the microwave.
Oh,
Mm.
nice. That's cool.
And Velcro.
Yeah.
I swear to God, if our conspiracy theory questions about that, I'm gonna know you're cheating. I'm gonna know you're cheating now.
Coincidentally, like
Who,
no.
who did the U.S. trade for microwave technology? Was it A. Hoover?
If that actually is, I'm going to the gas station right now and buying a lotto ticket.
No shit.
Yeah. I'll throw you a couple bucks too. Let's go in on this.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for the question, Jacob. We do appreciate it. All right. Let's talk some video games, boys. What have we been playing the last couple weeks since we did not record a quote unquote normal episode last week? Let's kick it off with Justin.
So, a buddy at work mentioned that he got Forza Horizon 5 on his Xbox. And I was like, that sounds fun. I haven't played it since I rebuilt the computer. So I installed that. I played that, I don't know, 30 minutes here or there over the last week. And I don't know, it's nice because you can hop in. They have so many fucking cars and when I logged in, I got like 10 new cars just from events that had gone on that you get free shit for apparently. And I think when I logged on, I had like 180k credits, and now I have like 560k, and that's after spending a couple hundred. So I've just been getting some cars I want and modifying them, and then just driving around exploring. It's a fun game. Have you guys ever played it?
Hmm.
Not my style. Mm.
I know Adam has, because whenever you do a solo race, it pulls in your Xbox friends as the other
Oh, nice.
drivers. And so Joker's been in every race that I've done so far.
I'm there in spirit.
In fact, before we started recording, Josh and I were in the recording channel, and you guys were still in the Steez channel. And then Josh was like, "What game is he playing?" And I was like, "Some sort of racing game." And Josh was like, "They all look the same." I was like, "Yeah, they do."
It's like I'm looking at your little
Yeah.
Discord like widget window of like what
Yeah.
you're playing. I
Mhm.
can immediately tell when you know, Adam, you were playing like Tarkov. I can
Mhm.
immediately tell that. I look and it's just like a race car, and I'm like,
Could be anything. It could be Rocket
Forza.
League.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't Rocket League at least because there would have been all the other bright colors and
True.
stuff. But it could have been like GTA 5. It could have been all
Yeah.
sorts of things.
Right.
It really could have been GTA 5 because the setting is Mexico, and
Oh,
some of
there you
the
go.
spots in GTA 5 have that
Los
Southern Cal,
Santos.
yeah,
Yeah.
vibe. Obviously some Tarkov. I don't remember what level I got to before, but I did finally hit 20, which is nice. Got
Woo.
uh, my last the shooting range upgrade is the last hideout thing I can upgrade, so been doing a bunch of that, and that's been good time. And then the last game I've been playing includes a little bit of story time for you boys.
Ooh.
Adam has already heard the story, but so last Wednesday, Marissa and I went out to eat, and we needed to also go to Target to get a few things. And so we go to Target, and then, like, she didn't even want to go, but we wanted to get a couple things, talk her into it. We get there, and then she starts, like, having fun shopping. I'm like,
It's Target. It's
yeah.
Target. Yeah.
And then she's like, do you want to look at games? And I was like, hell yeah. So we start walking back towards the games, and then she goes to cut towards the board games. And I was like, oh, I thought you meant Switch. She's like, oh, we can look there too. So we go, and we find Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
Oh,
We
okay.
look on the back, and side scroll co op, like that's up our alley. Look it up online. It's got like 95% on Google user reviews. And Target's website has it for $10 cheaper. So we get someone over, they get it out, they say they'll price match. We say we have more shopping, so he tells me to just show the cashier the picture. Finish our shopping, get to the front. We are, Marissa checks out ahead of me since I'm buying the game and I don't want that on the same. And I show the cashier my phone, and she's fucking around with the computer and putting stuff in. And then she can't get the game out of the case, so she calls her manager over, and her manager's there and opens it, whatever. Helps her out. Manager leaves. Then she hits the button, and I have my omeprazole, which is $15, in this game, which was $50. She tells me it's $25.49,
Ooh.
and I'm like,
Right.
that's not right. And she's like, and she looks at it, and she goes, yeah, it is. And I was like, okay. I put the card in.
You tried. You did your civic duty. You
I get the
tried.
receipt, and then I'm like, this isn't right. And she looks at it and she goes, yeah, it is. That's just how the discount worked out. And I was like, okay.
Tried twice.
Marissa and I walk outside. Like the moment we get out, she just starts busting out laughing. We're like, what the? But like you guys said, I tried.
You did. You did.
I was like, I hope that girl doesn't get fired from like an
I
audit.
still think $35 in the grand scheme of things is like nothing to them. Like
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Uh,
But I mean,
the game was
really,
$10.49 or 51
Yeah.
cents or something for
I
me.
mean,
It was
really,
supposed to be 50.
Nintendo never put shit on sale, so this is just karma. This is that's what this is. So
I mean, the nice thing is like we've been playing it and stuff, but I went into it like even if neither of us liked this game, it was $10.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Do you
But
like it? Is it
no,
good?
yeah. So we apparently it's like the remake or same game of the
The Wii U one.
game of the same name, but on the Wii U, and I didn't
Hmm.
even know about that one. Never played it. But it's a lot of fun. It's much harder than like Mario and some of the other
Oh yeah.
platform games we've played. Um, we found one of the rhinos you get to ride on. That was a little nostalgic. But we ended up trying out the funky mode later, which basically instead of playing Donkey Kong, you play Funky Kong, and he has 5 hearts instead of 2, and the second player has 3 instead of 2. So
Oh
it makes it
okay.
easier there, but then Funky also gets unlimited breath underwater. He's wearing like a scuba mask. And if he steps on spikes and stuff, he puts his board down and he can do a double jump and kind of a float on his board. So it's essentially an easy mode.
Yeah.
None of those things do you any good when you're like in a cart or
Yeah.
jumping or avoiding
Right.
that kind of stuff. So those are still hard, but we just caught back up and passed last night. We almost beat the second world on regular, and now we just beat the second world from playing like a fraction of the time.
Oh cool.
But it's like we were having to redo a bunch of levels to go get more coins and balloons, and like it was hard. So we may just keep trucking away on
Playing
this just
funky.
to, yeah, play it funky, and then we can come back once we know what we're doing.
Nice.
But yeah, sorry. So yeah, I told you story time, but I would recommend the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, especially if you have someone to play couch co-op with. It's a good time.
Cool. Very nice. Awesome.
And for you
Last
guys,
year,
once we beat it, I can borrow it to you because I
There you
got
go.
the cartridge.
that'd be cool. Last year, or the year before at GDQ, there was like a 4-person race for that game, and
Mm-hmm.
I had never played it, so I don't really know the difficulty of it. But once you actually, have played it enough and beat it, you should maybe check that speed run out because I'm sure it's crazy.
Interesting.
It makes sense because there's a lot of things that, like, the bosses or the enemies, bad guys, whatever, are set up to be able to, like, jump over them or, like, time things a lot better
Yeah.
than we do. But we're also trying to find all the secret stuff, even though they don't really do anything for you, and unlock the secret levels. So we're taking it slow, but having a good time and getting
Cool.
pretty frustrated. Apparently, I'm very reckless.
That
we
makes
didn't we
sense.
didn't know that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That adds up, Justin. All right. Anything else? Nope. All
I
right.
don't think so.
Cool. We'll go to Josh next.
Genshin.
Of
That's all
course,
I've
yeah.
played. That's it.
Really? In
You
the
can move
last
on.
2 weeks?
I maybe played a little bit of Stardew Valley.
Okay, all right.
Started up a new town, talked to all the villagers to get the first quest done, and that was about it. I don't remember if that was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or
Hmm.
whatever, but
How many can you have
just
in a game of that?
4, I think, up to 4.
Hmm.
I still think
I'm
sometime we should do one with us three and Kat. I'm assuming, Ryan, you don't like Stardew Valley.
I enjoyed it actually. I
Oh,
don't know if I'd ever pick it back up again, but I enjoyed it. So
sometimes when I'm just like feeling in a chill mood where I'm like, I want to play a game, but I don't want to be a gamer, like
yeah,
it's
right.
just nice to kind of like walk around and, pick up some plants and chop down some trees and
There you
just
go.
like talk to people.
Yeah.
Um, so I'd be down for a four player world. I've never played the multiplayer, so
that's why Forza's
It's a
been
lot of
nice.
fun.
Playing a lot of Tarkov lately and sweating all the time. It's
Yeah. You need
Forza.
something
I can
chill.
just drift around, and if I run into shit, it's only cosmetic.
Right, there you go.
yeah. Yeah, I did.
Uh
I did the thing with Tarkov. I did a couple wipes ago, which was play really hard for like 2 days, and then like, I'm gonna take a break today, but I'll pick it up tomorrow. And it's been a month since then.
nice. All right, cool. Adam, what do you got?
Besides dealing with this crazy dog.
You know what? I was just thinking, I'm just glad it's not my fucking dog this time, because usually my dog's the one that interrupts
He's ornery
everything.
today, apparently. It's
Yeah.
because it's so nice outside and it's like getting super muddy, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, he wants to go out in the backyard so bad, and I'm like, dude, it's so muddy. I just gave you a
Yeah.
bath yesterday. Like, no. Funny that you mentioned Stardew because Kat and I played that like all day. Well, like most of the day yesterday. We did
Ooh,
the multiplayer, and I don't know,
Makes
got
sense.
into like got through like the first week or so, got the cave unlocked, and then I just have been playing that because once the cave's unlocked, that's the best part of Stardew.
Agreed.
Is she just fishing?
Agreed. I love the cave.
But yeah, that was super fun. And then obviously the only other thing I played is Tarkov. Getting super far in
gotcha.
it. I think I'm almost 36.
Ooh,
I think
there you go.
I'm
so. Getting
20.
to some of the quests. It's been It's been a few wipes since I've gotten this far. It's just fun. Been fun, kind of like going back with new energy and still
We
having a
have a
lot of
good
fun with
group
it.
now too.
Hell
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have
there's like
lots of
always someone
people
to play
playing.
with. Like whenever I want to play, there's someone to play with at this point, which is kind of nice. Sometimes it's like, man, I just want to jump on and solo, but then I feel bad. So it's just like
I
help the
wouldn't feel
squad
that bad.
out. Yeah.
Um,
Like I've been stuck on this one quest to kill 25 scavs on interchange for fucking weeks now, and it's just like I just need to just go in and like I've got like 9 left to kill or something, and it's one of those like I just need to go in by myself because trying to like do with other people it's hard or whatever.
I'd go with you. I don't
But
ever
we
get any
all we
kills
all
anyways.
have that fucking quest, so that it's like,
But I
uh,
never get
right.
any of them, so I'd be a good partner.
but other than that, it's been super fun. It's been fun helping these guys. Like I feel like all of the people that are playing are pretty much to the flea market, which gives you like that newfound energy to like want to play more. And then like Justin, Roan, a few of our other buddies have started to hit 20, which is another big milestone. And just like I don't know, kind of getting this good like momentum. If you can keep it up, then it's really good. But obviously, there's definitely times where Tarkov is just really takes the wind out of your sail, and you're just like, I need to take a day off or something.
Right, right.
I had
That's
a
fair.
8-game streak, was getting a lot of kills and stuff, and then 4 deaths in a row that I lost all of my like kitted out M4s. I got one of them back today, but it's like having a great day and then shit for the rest.
Hmm.
It's like I'm done with this game. Sunday I didn't even play.
Just the highs and lows. Yeah, I usually take Sunday off as there's usually cats off, so we do other things. But it's nice to take a break from it here and there because it can be just like you said, a little sweaty at points, a little intense at points, and you just kind of like, I need to play something chill like Stardew Valley.
Right. Right. There you go.
Yeah, that's all I've played.
All right. So let's start with the good, shall we? I played the entire campaign of 007 GoldenEye that just came out on Game Pass.
How was it?
Dude, so many memories. I will say it's crazy about the stuff that was just normal back then, and you play it now and you're like, what the fuck? Like, no. There was one mission I had to look up how to beat it because I was like, I don't know where this thing is. It's on that big open snowy level. Justin, you might remember we used to play it all the time.
Hmm.
But
That one's really open with all the little bunkers,
yes,
like it is kind of
but like there was
random.
something I couldn't find. I couldn't figure out where the fuck it was, and I finally had to look it up because I'm like, gotta. It's one of those things where I'm like, I miss quest markers. Where's my quest markers? There's no quest markers in this game. Um, but yeah, it was super nostalgic, dude. Super just
And
like
you could only see like
yeah.
10 yards in front of you at best, and it's just like black.
There was
You're
also,
like,
I mean, there's a lot of times where people will be shooting at you before you can see them on the screen. So it's just bullets flying at you, but
Yeah,
like their character model hasn't loaded yet because you can't see far enough. So there was a lot of that, but
I liked that
goddamn,
multiplayer level.
were you playing Tarkov?
yeah, no,
It just sounded
Kind
like
um,
of, yeah.
Tarkov that you were describing, and it was
right.
weird.
But man, dude, it was super fun, dude. It was super good. Like just to go through it again. Like it didn't take very long. Obviously, it's not
Were
like a
the
super
controls
long.
better?
Oh yeah, having two joysticks helps a lot. So yes, it was much better.
I
I didn't
remember
um,
even think
playing
about that.
the
Instead of like the C controller
yes,
or
right,
whatever,
yeah.
or the C
right,
buttons.
yeah. But yeah, it was really good, man. It was a lot of fun just going back and playing through it. Um, so I did that. Then Dead Space remake is fucking fantastic. It is outstanding. If you have not played the original or you haven't played it in years, strongly recommend. They've added stuff to it. There's new kind of side quests that are in there. The NPCs have more dialogue, so their background is kind of fleshed out a little bit more.
And
Um,
signs.
what's that?
Signs were adjusted, I heard.
Yes, yeah. Bathroom went from unisex to all genders, and people flipped the fuck out. Oh my god, I hate people so much. I just hate them so much. Uh, but yeah, and like, they did change Isaac in the first game, or in the original game, I should say, was a silent protagonist. He has dialogue now. Um, I will say, if I have one complaint about this game, this is kind of a stupid complaint, but the first time you can like pan around and see Isaac's character model, because I think in the first game he didn't take off his helmet till the very end of the game. Like you never saw his face until the final kind of cutscene before the credits, if I remember right. But in this one, you can see him all the time because he talks or whatever. I panned over for the first time, and I was like, "Is that fucking Neil Armstrong?" Like they made him look exactly. I'm like, "What is going on?" Or sorry, Lance Armstrong. Lance Armstrong, the biker.
Lance
Mm.
Armstrong.
Back right, yeah, Lance Armstrong. I'm like, is that Lance Armstrong? Like, what the fuck is going on? So that was kind of weird. It threw me for a second, but very good, dude. Just as creepy, if not creepier, than the original game. Um, Gameplay's a lot of fun. They added some like different alt fire modes to some of the guns. So some of the guns I didn't use in the first game, I'm using in this one because I like them a lot more. Um, but super good. Like there's a whole side quest about. I don't want to spoil it. This isn't really a spoiler. In the original game, you're kind of trying to find your wife Nicole, who's stationed on the ship, and it was just kind of like like it would get brought up or mentioned occasionally throughout the game. There's like a whole side quest of you following in her footsteps to figure out where she was, what she was doing during the whole thing. But yeah, super fleshed out. It looks gorgeous. God, it's a good looking game. Um, Super creepy. We've talked before about how there's something broken within me where I do not jump scare. I just don't have it in me. Like this game got me. It got me once, so I jump scared. Um, but yeah, it's really good, man. Like I said, if you haven't played the original ever before, absolutely play it. If you haven't played the original in years, I strongly recommend. The best survival horror game ever made, in my opinion, is Dead Space. So, very very good. Okay, so then the other game I played, the last game I played, is a little game called Forspoken, and I'm here to tell you, it's fucking terrible. It is fucking terrible. It is really, really bad. I put 10 hours in. So I was like, I'm going to give it a fair shot. Like, because I kept saying, maybe it gets better. Maybe it gets better. And it never does. It never gets better. And after 10 hours, I was like, I'm done. I'm not going back to it. The
Tried to warn
best.
you.
Oh my God, dude. The best way I can describe it is it feels like a game that was released on the PlayStation 3 and then they remastered it for the PlayStation 5. Like everything about it
Hmm,
just feels
interesting.
old. Or even PlayStation 2, I'd even say. Like it all just feels old. The dialogue, the acting. I mean, Square Enix has never been known for their voice acting. They're all like, think of every Final Fantasy game you've ever played. The voice acting is fucking terrible. Uh, but this is equally bad. Um, there's one NPC you meet in the game who offers to like give you a tour of the hub world, and I swear to God, the voice actor came in and they were like, "We want you to do your best Super Mario impression," and he did it, and it was terrible, and they were like, "That's perfect. That's what we're gonna use."
Nailed it.
Because he's like, at one point he's like, "Follow me," and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" So it's really bad, dude. The combat is not fun. Like you essentially have your R2 and L2 buttons that control your spells, and I'm sure you unlock more spells as you go through the game. I didn't play enough to even give a fuck about getting more spells, but they're just not fun. Like
Hmm.
your right trigger or your R2 button, you can either do like a submachine gun mode or like a shotgun blast. Or there's another one where you put up a shield, but that's stupid. And that's essentially it. And then your left hand spell is like there's one where you can like drop a plant on the ground that shoots like seeds and hurts people or whatever. Or there's one where like vines come up and like hold people in place. And that's essentially the whole
Is this
thing.
Plants vs Zombies that you're
So
playing? Like,
I think the first like spell set you get is Earth, and I think that's why. Cause like the R2 is like you're shooting rocks or like you know what I mean. So I think
hmm
it's like your Earth spell tree, but none of it's fun. Like none of it is fun. It's not engaging in any way. It's just dodge and hold right trigger and occasionally hit left trigger. That's the entire gameplay loop. Like it's just not good. The traversal that you saw in like the trailers that I was like, "Oh, that looks fucking cool." It is cool for a solid 6 to 7 minutes. And then it's like, "Okay, all right, this is how you get around in this game, I guess." The map is just filled with nothing, just like pointless areas to go to. I don't know, man. It's really bad. It is really bad. Uh I can't recommend it to anybody. Like I think on Metacritic it sells like a 64 if I remember right. That's way too high. That is way too high for this game. Like it's
Damn.
it should be in like the 30s. Like it's really bad, man. It's really bad. Uh and it's super predictable. Like I'm sure I can guess the end of the story. Like your character is an orphan who was abandoned in New York City, and now she all of a sudden gets taken place, or she gets sucked into this mystical world and she doesn't know why. I wonder if maybe her parents are from this world. I wonder if maybe they were a part of what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like,
Is it Harry Potter?
Just
yeah,
super
right?
cliche.
like,
Yeah.
like go watch Neverending Story instead of playing this game. Like, it's just, I don't know, dude.
Betray you. All
Yeah,
right, let's go.
right. Uh, don't go anywhere near this game. If you've been on the fence about buying it, don't. Even if it's on a deep sale, like I was thinking, if it was 20, if I would have waited till it was $20, would I like it more? No, I wouldn't. No, it's just bad. It's real bad.
What about if you
Um,
get it for under $5?
I don't know if I'd play it. I'd pull a Josh and buy it and never play it. So
That sounds about right. Yeah.
You'd have
yeah,
played a few hours and you'd be like, nope.
yeah.
But
Like I
that
said,
then it would be worth the $5.
yeah, I suppose maybe, yeah, but not if you're not having fun while you're doing it.
True. True, true,
Yeah.
true.
Like I said, I gave it 10 hours. I think 10 hours is ample time for it to pick up and like something for it to get good, and it just never did. It just
Was
never
there a
did.
lot of like cutscenes and randomness, or
That's
was like
another
the
thing.
10 hours?
Thank
Was there
you.
actually like of the 10 hours, how much was a gameplay? Because
Uh,
Square is known to sometimes go like
yes,
very crazy
that's a
with
good point.
cutscenes and obnoxiousness.
I would say probably 70-30 gameplay to cutscene. Like there's quite a
Okay,
bit.
okay,
But
that's not bad.
that was another thing I wanted to bring up. Thank you for saying that. The cutscenes are fucking awful. Like,
That's
like
too bad because usually, I mean, that's like someone they're saving grace
right,
sometimes, if anything.
right. Like it just feel like I said, it feels like Final Fantasy X is what it reminds me of. Like in terms of cutscenes, like it'll fade to black, and then the cutscene will play. And like there was one part very early on in the game where you're trying to this NPC breaks you out of this prison, and you're trying to escape together, and you're like in crouch mode following her. And there's like it goes to this cutscene where they have a little bit of dialogue, and you see the NPC go and crouch behind this box, and then it just sits there, and I'm like, am I supposed to be moving? Like, and I can't move. Like nothing's happening, and the game is waiting for this NPC guard to walk by, just in silence. And you watch this guard walk by, and then you can finally move. And it does it two more times after that. Like it blows my mind. Like what is going on? This is like PS2, PS3 shit. It's not good, man. It's really not good. So, uh I don't know. If I like had to score it out of 10, optimistically I'd probably give it a 4, but it's probably still closer to a 3. Like it was real bad.
Hmm.
I decided I'm not going to get excited for games anymore cuz it always remember Deathloop? I was so pumped for Deathloop. That was terrible. I don't know. I'm having some bad luck. So,
Have
yeah,
you thought about maybe like getting excited for games that look good?
that are going to be good. Yeah. I'm excited for Hogwarts this Friday, and that's getting really good reviews. It's like an 85 on Metacritic right now. So,
Hmm.
Doesn't that like drop tonight or tomorrow
If
night
you get the
for
yeah,
deluxe
the
or
on
deluxe.
something, I think
Yeah.
console?
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah. So, um,
or maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Who knows?
but I'm also staying the fuck off of social media for like the next week and a half because it's already starting, dude.
What do
Like,
you expect?
oh my god, it's out of control. It's out of control, dude. Like, some of the streamers I actually enjoy watching are like, hey, we got a code for this game, so we're gonna start playing it. And the comment section is just big loss. I was a fan of yours. I'm not a fan anymore. Like, oh my god, just stop. Just fucking stop.
Streamers probably like, fine, get rid of those people. It's fine.
Right. Like fucking A, dude. So we've talked about that before. We don't have to get back into that conversation again, but I pre-ordered it and I'm fucking excited. So I'm gonna be playing. Actually, I'm not gonna be playing that this weekend because I'm going to hang out with Leif and Jeremy. So
Nice.
I'll be
Nice.
out of town. Yeah, that'll be a good time. So
There was a
uh,
ghost behind you, Justin.
Yeah,
dun, dun.
it's my favorite
Um,
ghost.
your favorite ghost. Okay, so that wraps up.
Could you
What
see
are
her
we
waving?
playing now? Huh? What?
Josh was waving. I was asking if he could see her waving.
We could.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
we saw her again. Oh,
Briefly,
just
barely.
barely.
very.
Just
She's
barely.
fading in and out. Um, do you since she's there, do you want to do conspiracy theory for news?
Do you want to do conspiracy theory now?
Uh-oh, are we prepared?
I think so.
Okay, sweet. What US
Uh,
president was given to the aliens in exchange for microwave technology?
That'd be so
um,
funny.
remember when I said earlier that we had a document out on the Google Drive with all of our
1 second, he let Puck in.
all of our
Predictions?
Metacritic predictions?
Yeah.
I sure don't see it.
Okay, maybe not.
So,
Hi.
hello,
But I think
hello.
we have to wait for Adam now.
Well, he's on mute, but he might have his headset.
I think he has his headset on, so you're probably good to read it.
Okay.
We can always
Um,
reread it.
Go.
They said
We're
that you're
good.
good.
Yeah.
Can you hear her?
Barely.
How about now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
much
better.
better. Much better.
Okay. Do we want to wait for Adam?
He's
Adam.
got his headset on. I think he can hear.
I would assume he can hear.
Oh,
Oh,
Yep.
he's
thumbs
got a
up.
thumbs
We're
up.
good.
Okay,
We
we're
got a
good.
thumbs up.
Okay. What nickname is used by anti-GMO conspiracists to describe food that was created by merging animal and vegetable DNA? Is it A, octo-cucumbers, B, beaver sprouts, C, pot animals, or D, fish tomatoes?
I'm
What?
going with
This
B.
is
B is the most hilarious, but I'm going
yeah.
with Fishmatos because that also is hilarious.
I was gonna say I was going with C or D, so that was D was Fishmatos.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go C then.
we got a B, C, and
Justin,
a
you
D.
went with B.
I went with B.
I don't think it's octo cucumbers, but just to be different, I'm going A.
We have one of each.
Yep.
It is D, fish tomatoes.
Damn it!
Oh, I should have gone with my
Hey!
gut. Dang it.
Yeah.
Champion.
Thank you.
Fish tomato?
Yeah, I should have gone with Fishmato. That was a good one.
Is that like
That's what I would have called
Sharknado?
that shit.
I had to go with Beaversprouts. I might change my gaming name.
Beaversprouts.
Beaversprouts.
It sounds obscene. Let's be honest.
Did I
It
almost get
sounds
a?
sexual in a weird way.
Did I almost
I
get
gave him
Adam
the
to spit out
old
his
beaver
beer?
sprouts.
That was close. Beaversprouts.
Gotta get that cleaned up. Don't want those beaver sprouts.
Oh shit. Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm changing my
Alright,
Tarkov name to Beaversprouts.
Do it.
I'm gonna
Alright,
join
well,
the
good
the
job,
group
Josh.
and they're gonna be like, "Wait, who the fuck is
Fuck
Beaversprouts?"
is
Beaver
beaver
sprouts.
sprouts?
I know
If somebody has that name taken, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Beaversprouts is absolutely going to be a part of this episode title, so that's without a doubt. All right.
Don't Google it, everyone. You probably
yeah,
get some
right,
weird shit
right.
going on.
I'm googling it.
Don't do it.
now.
Incognito, Josh. Incognito.
This ain't a word computer. I don't give a shit.
I ain't afraid.
Nah, nothing fun.
Go on Urban Dictionary and search it.
It
I feel like that would have came up.
Yeah, it's true.
there's a restaurant called Soup Herb Sprouts.
Is beaver on the menu?
I think it's in a town called Beaver.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. All right.
So we're driving to Beaver. Where is this? Pennsylvania.
Yeah, probably
Nope.
not.
Nope.
Not gonna
We're
lie,
meeting up
probably
there.
not.
We're
No,
meeting
I
up,
don't. I don't think so.
especially because
Alright.
it looks like the whole menu is like salad. Oh, there's a big ass burrito. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
No, that's probably a salad wrap. Try to get me, make me think it looks good.
Oh shit. All right. Let's do some news. This news article is probably about a month old at this point, but I figured it warranted a conversation, so I left it in there. It's been on our list, our Google Doc for probably 3 weeks to a month. So
I sent it to the group January 11th.
okay, there we go.
So
It is almost a month old.
There we
yeah,
go.
not quite a
Solid.
month, but we're getting close.
All right, well, let's get into it. According to a press release from Ubisoft, the company is canceling 3 unannounced games, as well as delaying Skull and Bones for the 6th time. The changes are due to the company, quote, restructuring and refocusing, end quote, on current goals after underperforming with recent releases. The statement also said, quote, the company is facing major challenges as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and long-lasting titles that can reach players across the globe, across platforms and business models, end quote. that just real quick before we get into it. That quote, reading that, I was like, your entire identity is Assassin's Creed. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, that was the first thing that popped in my head. Um,
I-
but what's that?
Assassin's Creed and Tom Clancy games.
Do they make Tom Clancy games anymore? Besides Rainbow Six Extraction or whatever the latest one
See,
was?
I almost wonder for the unannounced games that got canceled. I wonder if like a Division sequel was one of those that got canceled. I have a feeling. Um, because I know it was talked about for a while, but I feel like that's probably gone. Maybe Far Cry. Actually, they're probably not getting away from Far Cry. I'm doubting that one. Um, I don't know. Josh, we'll go to you first, cause you had Skull and Bones on your Metacritic competition, so you
Yeah.
missed out on probably 12 points there. So
So it's still gonna be great. It's still gonna be great. It's just late, unfortunately. I'm gonna get no points for it. In fact, it feels like I'm getting 0 points across the board because I'm fairly sure 90% of the things I picked have been delayed at this point.
uh-oh.
Could be wrong, but so I the thing that gets me here is the quote. The company is facing major challenges as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands. No. Like one, indies are doing better than they have ever done in the
Yes.
past. And two, like we're talking about Ubisoft. They're like one of the big 3 or 4. So like they are the Uber brands.
Yep.
And let's be honest, they've been releasing Uber brand games that have fucking sucked.
Yep.
So it's not about long lasting reach in AAA games. It's about not pushing out garbage like every year.
Yeah.
So I I feel as if one, a lot of this is just like businesses talking about businesses. Like they're not gonna say anything meaningful for real. But I feel as if they've kind of just missed the mark entirely. They
Yeah.
like don't even know why they're not succeeding. Because they're like, like, is it us who are wrong? No, it's the kids who are wrong. And Principal Skinner meme there, but
I
yeah,
haven't
I
heard that
just
name
feel
in a
like
long time.
in that what his name is. I haven't watched The
I,
Simpsons. I have no idea. I only know the memes.
yeah. Fuck.
Um,
It's been forever.
but yeah, I feel like they just like have totally missed the mark. Like that they're essentially like blaming the players for not buying their garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like like Konami and their switch to like a pachinko and NFTs, and they're like, I wonder why people aren't buying our
Right.
games. It's like
I
one,
mean,
you don't release any games, and two, if you do, they're full of garbage. What do
it's
you
also
expect?
important too. Ubisoft went all in on NFTs too, if you recall.
Yeah,
Ghost Recon Breakpoint threw out a bunch of NFTs uh, that nobody
that
gave
are
a
worth
shit
like
about.
15 cents now.
Yeah, they're worth nothing. So fuck them, dude. Uh, so I want to go. We'll go to Justin next, but um, one of the things I want to point out, we're focusing on restructuring and refocusing on current goals after underperforming with recent releases. So I kind of looked it up. Their most recent release was that Mario plus Rabbids game for the Switch, Rays of Hope. How,
Really? Wait,
what
what?
what were you expecting out of that? Like
Yeah.
were you expecting a commercial smashing success? Like I get it's the Nintendo bump. I get it has Mario's name in it. You're bringing the rabbit part to the equation, which is nothing.
I don't even know
So
what
I
those
guess
are.
The
that
XCOM style like gameplay was kind of okay-ish,
did
but
you play it?
I played that. Yeah,
Oh, you
Mario
did?
versus Rabbids. It
Oh,
was
okay.
okay.
Yeah, just all right.
It was okay. I mean, it
Okay.
was like a light XCOM. Is like how I would describe it.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
enjoyed the first one. I didn't play the other ones. Because that's the third one, I
Is it
think, in the series.
really?
I could be wrong, but
Jesus.
I played the one that came out, I think, on the Wii U.
Right.
And that was fun. And I think it was a Grant Kirkhope like
Oh,
score, and I love Grant Kirkhope as
there you
a
go.
composer. So,
There you
um,
go. All right. Well, Justin, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm glad that you guys mentioned that this has been on the outline for a month because I read this and I was like, am I having deja vu? Did I read this like same thing in an article or
Right.
something? Like, what's going on here? Um, I- yeah, I don't know. I mean, aside from what you guys said, one of the other things that is almost a product of their own doing, but like Siege is still a very popular game. When you have a successful shooter, like people still play CS:GO.
Right.
If you have a successful competitive shooter, you're gonna lock in a lot of people right to there where people that play those kind of games only play one game typically. So making other shooters on top of that, like the Siege, Extraction, and
Yeah.
then Ubisoft also had that. I wonder if Cam's still listening. I doubt it, but X Defiant, that's what it is. Um, that was supposed to be their free to play that we did a bunch of betas on. It was a lot of fun. Again, free to play, so I'd do it. I bet that's one of them that's getting scrapped. But I mean
Probably.
that game was like playable and fun in its current state. So they must think that they're gonna lose more money hosting it than they would get from it, which is just kind of crazy to me. So,
Right.
I mean, I candidly don't have anything against Ubisoft. Um, I don't necessarily agree with. Okay, so obviously, like the political side and the shit they've been in trouble with, I don't agree with that. But majority of the games that they've put out, like I don't know. I guess I haven't played a ton of them, but the first Assassin's Creed I thought was pretty groundbreaking, and I really, really, really liked Origins, and I've heard Valhalla's a really good time, and those were from innovation of the open world instead of the travel too, and I heard the Greek one was pretty cool too.
Odyssey.
Odyssey, yeah, Odyssey,
Yeah.
and again they've like the first Tom or not first, but the last Tom Clancy before Breakpoint, the Ghost Recon, that was I thought amazing.
Wildlands. I love
Yeah,
Wildlands. I
Wildlands
thought it was
was
very good. Yeah.
so fun. So I don't know. I mean, they can pull it off, but I think they find a game that's good and then they just beat the horse dead with it.
Yep.
Whereas like the Skull and Bones thing, there's still a decent player base playing what the fuck's that pirate game?
Black Flag.
Like,
No,
Sea of
Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, thank you.
Mm.
Like if someone could capitalize on that type of gameplay, but I don't know, maybe make it so you can actually play with more friends or like have better world matchmaking or something. Like there's avenues that they could take to succeed, but I feel like they must have the exact same people in charge or something that like they just have no vision for anything outside of once they do get something good, they just tunnel vision it and don't tend to grow. So
Yeah.
but yeah, to Josh's point, blaming the mega brands and long lasting titles, like, God, how many games have we played that have had a development team of under five and they've been amazing?
Fantastic.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, what, the
Abs-
original Valheim was a tiny team? I think they've
I think it
expanded
was like
now.
3 people,
Yeah,
like max when it first came out.
Right.
that's an amazing game. Osiris, that Zero Dawn or New Dawn or whatever that space builder that we played, Adam.
mm.
We that started out with one guy and it's still in early access, but I don't know. They're just out
Okay.
of touch.
Yeah. We'll go to Adam next because, honest to God, Justin basically just said what I was going to say almost word for word. So
Well, then we'll just move on. That's
we'll,
fine.
we'll go to Adam. Adam, what do you got?
So I'm trying to think back of like the month or so that I've been thinking about this, but so the one thing that kind of like kept sticking with me is the across the globe, across platforms and business models. For some reason, I thought like, are they getting into mobile gaming? Just like for
Could
some
be.
reason, the one thing I was thinking, like across the globe, like cross platforms, like sure iOS, like Android, and like business models, and I'm like, they're always been kind of microtransaction heavy, and like I could absolutely see them slipping into like the mobile spectrum.
Didn't
They
they
released
What do you think?
release?
Wild Arena Survivors
And say I feel
last
like
year.
they've dabbled,
So
I
Yeah,
feel like they want to go heavy that route
because
because the other
there were
ones are okay, but
there were two Assassin's Creed games that came out on mobile, right? Like there was one set in Russia and one set in China, I believe. They're like
Hmm.
side scrollers.
hmm.
I feel like that's a thing. I could be making that up, but I don't think I am. Um, but yeah, sorry, Adam, I didn't mean to steal
No,
your
I
thunder
mean
there.
just I mean kind of to what they're all saying earlier. So nothing new to add there, but that was
Yeah,
the one thing I wanted to add is just like when I read those last things, it was like for some reason mobile gaming like stuck out to me. It's like what I read between the words, so to speak,
yeah,
and because I mean across the globe, across platforms and business models, like you guys already kind of do almost all the different business models, short of maybe monthly subscriptions, like WoW. Like other than that, I feel
right,
like they've tried everything else. So
right,
that one I thought was kind of an interesting statement. But
yeah. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot to add 'cause like I said, Justin stole my thunder hardcore. But like to his point, Ubisoft Ubisoft was like, I mean, think back like what 10 years ago, maybe 15, a little longer than that.
I think the
But
first
like,
Assassin's Creed came out around when I graduated, so around
yeah.
'06.
So, but like, I feel like Assassin's Creed 2 was kind of the one that launched it hard. And then they took that model and they were like, let's make this game every year for the next 15 years. And they just kept doing it. Far Cry 3, massive success, awesome
so good.
game.
Far
And they
Cry
were
3 was
like,
amazing.
let's make this game 3 more times the exact same game.
Fuck,
And
the
that's what they
Primal
did.
one, they didn't even change the map.
No, no, exactly.
They just reskinned it.
Exactly. In
Hmm.
fact, I
it's like
forgot
an
Primal was
EA.
even a thing.
It's like an
Yeah,
EA
Yeah.
thing.
right.
Yeah, Primal literally took the exact same map, topography, everything, and just reskinned it with a
Prehistoric times.
Huh.
prehistoric jungle.
Yeah, right. And they didn't even have to pay voice actors because everybody just grunted in that game. You couldn't even they didn't even talk. Um, they just had subtitles pop up to grunting. Um, but I just feel like Justin hit the nail on the head. Like they took something that worked 15 years ago and then have not changed since. Like they haven't done anything to innovate. They haven't done anything to try something new. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I did not play Valhalla, but Assassin's Creed Odyssey was Assassin's Creed 2, but the map was 5 times as large and they filled it with nothing. Like, I know I've brought this up numerous times, but my favorite quote from this podcast is when Justin said there's fun open world games and Ubisoft open world games. Like, that is so true. It is so true. That's what Ubisoft does. They take these massive open worlds and they just fill it with nothing. There's just nothing there. The last Far Cry was 6, the last one, or 7? 6. Far Cry 6 was the epitome of that, where it's like, there's nothing to this game. Like, the story's not even that good. It's Far Cry 3, but worse. It is worse than Far Cry 3, which came out 15 years ago, or whatever the fuck it was. Like, they're doing nothing to change. And the thing is, as industry continues to shift towards mega brands, you put all your eggs into Far Cry, into Assassin's Creed, into or anything Tom Clancy related. Like Josh said, you're one of the mega brands. Like
Yeah.
you're one of them. What are you talking about? Like there's no leadership, there's no vision. I really enjoyed like the Division games. I really liked them. Like they were probably the last good Ubisoft games I've played. Um, but everything else is it's just the same shit over and over again. And at least like Call of Duty's the same way, I get that. But at least Call of Duty's feel good to play. You know what I mean? Like Justin, what was that game, that free to play game you were talking about?
X Defiant.
Yeah, like that seemed kind of like they were heading towards the Call of Duty route.
It was Call of Duty.
Yeah, right.
I mean, the same flow and gunplay, just with your operators had abilities.
Right. But I'm sure like it was probably fun to play. The gunplay felt great. Like it very much looked like Call of Duty from what I saw. I never played it.
They even had
But
they had one level that was with a crashed plane that gave
oh,
off such heavy, yeah, Modern Warfare vibes that
right. But then again, the stuff that they do try, if they do try and do something different, it's generic and bland and boring. Y'all remember Hyperscape? Y'all remember that?
I don't think I
That
played that.
yeah, we did. I played it with you.
Oh, Hyperscape, that was
It,
the Battle Royale.
Battle Royale. Yeah, you,
Yeah,
Adam, and I played. It was the
yeah, that
first thing
was
I played when I
awful.
got my PC. It was terrible. Like they're just. I'm sorry, man, but unless I feel
I
like
was
unless you
jazzed
get
for that too.
yeah, and it was awful. It was awful, dude. I think you and Adam each got one kill. I didn't even kill anybody. Like it was, and I'm bad at shooters to begin with, but um, I don't know, dude. I just unless they get some new leadership at Ubisoft, I just don't see it turning around. I don't know how it can. I don't know, but I thought this was kind of a bullshit press release type thing, so I wanted to include it. But
A quick correction from our conversation earlier. There was a game that was released after Mario and Rabbids that I can't believe you forgot. Just Dance 2023
oh, I'm so sorry.
was released in November. So
Oh, okay,
uh,
that's my fault. I'm sorry
I
for forgetting that.
yeah, honestly, like how could you? How could
Yeah,
you?
could you? Oh shit. All right. That wraps up the news. We'll do a draft and then we'll do pick of the week and then we'll get out of here. So, draft this week was Justin's choice. Justin, why don't you tell everybody the category?
It is favorite soda.
Favorite soda. So just to remind everybody, we're each picking three, one at a time. The order goes Justin, then it'll go myself, and then Josh, and then Adam's in the caboose this week. And then we start back from one. So Justin, since it's your category, you get the first pick. What are you going with?
Cherry Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting.
Best
I
soda
I don't
ever.
I don't know that like I really enjoy vanilla Dr. Pepper. I don't know that I've ever done cherry Dr. Pepper much. I might have to check it out. I might have to check it out.
I legit don't know that I've ever drank one.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dang. Hmm.
It might
I
have a
feel like
special place in my heart because it was like the best hangover pop ever.
was it really?
Yes, but now I just love it.
You love it just because.
It's so good.
Quick question. Are you a can or bottle soda drinker?
I don't really care.
Really?
I mean, I got the Dr. Pete SodaStream.
Oh Jesus. Did you really?
Yeah, their syrup for Dr. Pepper is just called Dr.
Dr.
Pete.
P. Nice.
Pete, Pete.
Oh, Pete. I forgot
Yep.
SodaStream was a thing, dude. There you go. Nice. Is
Your
that
dad
Dr.
bought one
Pete?
too, right?
Yeah, I told him about it and he ordered one like that day.
Nice.
I love it. I'd make like 3 or 4 a day.
Do you really?
Yeah, just sometimes just seltzer water. This one's a watermelon strawberry
Oh,
flavor, but
Hmm.
all
it's,
right.
I don't know, it's pretty clear and see-through, so it's not like
Yeah.
it's,
Nothing too
but
crazy.
you get lemonades, you can get ginger ale, Sprite, cherry cola,
Yeah.
fucking you name it. It's amazing.
Nice. All right. Fair enough. Uh, my first pick, I'm not a huge soda drinker anymore, like I used to all the time, but I'm not big into it. I know,
Good for
right?
you.
So,
That's good.
but on occasion, I get just an absolute fucking hankering for a Diet Mountain Dew. Like I just
That was on
have
my
to have one.
list.
That's absolutely my choice. It is so much better than regular Mountain Dew. It's not even funny. I can't even drink regular Mountain Dew anymore because it's so fucking syrupy. I can't do it. Um, but Diet Mountain Dew in the bottle. Fuck can pop. All can pop is terrible. Has to come from a bottle.
Lies.
So Diet Mountain Dew is my choice. Josh, what's your pick?
So this one's gonna be an oddball one, I think, but it's the thing that I drink the most, which is sugar-free Red Bull. Specifically the sugar-free one. It is I would rather have no Red Bull at all than a regular Red Bull. Not a fan, really. I mean, I'll drink it, but sugar-free is like my jam. Um, there's also a zero sugar, which is not the same thing as sugar-free. It's not as good.
All right.
Um,
All right.
So
I
Huff,
really
I have it's just like called energy drink, but it's the diet one, but it
Mhm.
is Diet Red Bull. Basically,
Diet
like it.
Red Bull.
Well, like that's
Does
the
it taste like
taste.
baby aspirin? Because that is what that's what sugar-free Red Bull tastes like, and I don't even mean that as a bad thing.
Yeah.
It tastes like St. Joseph's baby aspirin. That's the flavoring.
I don't
Yeah.
know when I've ever had baby aspirin,
Weird.
except perhaps when I was a baby. And
I
I
don't
don't
think they make it
remember.
anymore. I think it
I
like
don't
kills
remember that.
babies. So uh
Well, sometime when you come over to play a game or something, I'll have to make you some of this and see what you
There you go.
think. Cause
There
yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
the first time I made one of them. Now I always make one before bed, and that's what I drink in the morning when I'm waking up. But instantly, I was like, "This is Red Bull. I can make my own
Yeah.
Red Bull. This is awesome."
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll have to give that a try.
All right.
To answer your other question, it goes glass bottle, then cans,
Okay.
then plastic bottles.
That's the exact opposite of my list. So.
Hmm.
Glass
Uh,
bottles is on your
I would agree
bottom.
with Josh's thing as
Yeah.
well. Glass bottles being the
Glass
best for
bottles is
sure,
the best.
Actually, glass
hands
bottles will
down.
probably be second. I go plastic glass cans are terrible.
okay, so here's follow-up question. I would actually divvy my list into two plastic bottles. 20 ounce is better than 2 liter. Two
Oh yeah.
liter is just like
Absolutely.
a sin. Because you're
Yes.
like, what if I had a bunch of soda, but like 3/4 of it was flat?
Yeah.
You're like,
Exactly.
that would be great. I just really hate my soda to have any soda in it.
And then you're like, I'll pour a glass, put it in the fridge, come back to it, it'll be fine. And 35 seconds later, it's already flat. Like it's
Yeah,
just immediate. So I agree wholeheartedly.
but
Wholeheartedly. 20 ounce.
that's the order of refreshing to me. Like it's a direct 1-to-1. Glass is the most refreshing. Cans are the second most refreshing. 20-ounce bottles are third.
Okay, fair enough. All right. All right, fair enough.
I do agree
Uh
with that 100%.
Yeah.
I accept. I accept. But you're wrong, but I accept. Uh
Like if you get and I don't, this may be on someone's list if they're absolutely insane, but like the Warritos, like
yeah.
Mexican soda
Yeah.
that cost like $1, those things are refreshing AF.
I
They're
really
also like pure diabetes, but
Hmm.
so good, so good.
I really hope Adam just goes, my pick's Doritos.
No.
Adam, what is your first choice?
This is extremely hard because I am not a soda drinker at
Yeah.
all. But I can't believe Josh didn't steal it because I feel like he's drinking it right now. But Canada Dry Ginger Ale is my number one.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
drinking a
yeah.
Zevia.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Not. It looked like it was a ginger ale, and I was like, shit, he's gonna
it is
steal
it is
mine.
a ginger ale, just different
Oh,
brand.
okay. Well, there you
Yeah.
go. But yeah,
Uh,
Canada Dry Ginger Ale. That
I
is my
have ginger ale
number one.
syrup mix.
fun.
Yeah, we get it. We get it, Justin. You have syrup for everything. We get it. He's
Sipping on that
he's got a
scissor.
medicine cabinet full of flavors. What do you
Right,
want?
right.
I'm gonna take a picture when we're done recording and send it to you because I kind of do.
I love it. Of course, he's got like his paint set up, like all your different paints, but they're just all different syrups.
That's what I've been 3D printing.
Yeah, nice. There you go. But yeah, ginger ale, amazing. Awesome on a plane. Awesome anywhere. It is. Josh and I have had this conversation
On a
before.
plane.
Yes, it is the only plain soda.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the
if
only
you're on
soda
a-
I get on a plane.
Yeah, it's
and
the
there's a
best.
there's
And
a
And
the
I
reason
ask for the
why.
can. I always get
There's
the whole can.
same. So the chemical that you're like actually tasting as part of ginger ale actually behaves differently at different pressure. So
Really?
ginger ale on a plane tastes different than
Mhm.
the exact same ginger ale at on the ground.
What?
And so I love ginger ale. I'm drinking one right now. But
Yeah,
like
the
it's 10,000% better on a plane.
Mhm.
And
I'm gonna
that is a
have
hill
to.
I will die on.
It's
I'm
like if
gonna
I
have
ever
to
wanted to
check
climb a
this out.
mountain, like people bring beer or something. Like, no, ginger ale. That's what I'm gonna bring up to like Mount
Interesting.
Everest or whatever.
I mean, you
Just
could
watch
bring
out
one of
because it
both.
might explode.
Yeah, whatever. It's
One
fine.
of both. Yeah.
It's fine.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Interesting.
Random, but if you guys ever get Marissa turned me on to this, but sherbet ice cream in like a mug and then ginger ale in it
Mhm.
and mix it
Mm,
together.
Oh,
That's
sounds
delicious.
pretty good.
It's very good.
Delicious.
all right. Interesting. Okay. Solid pick, Adam. Solid damn pick.
Ginger ale's so good.
That's all I've got. I don't know what I'd pick for my next two guys. I don't drink any other soda. No, I'm just kidding.
Justin, back to you.
So this is kind of lame, but I'm doing it anyways. So this one's Mr. Pibb.
Mm.
And the reason why Mr. Pibb is because they just went ahead and jumped right to adding the cherry from the beginning.
Oh,
It
gotcha.
is
Okay.
just cherry Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. So hang on.
Wait a
Hang on.
second.
Hold up. Your first pick and second pick are the same thing? Just to be
Mm.
clear.
Just
The
different brands.
same, but different.
Same but different.
Because Mr. Pibb was owned by ABC back in the day, so they're like a different company, right? They were
Yeah.
owned by
Yep.
American Bottling Company with like RC Cola, if y'all remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh there Mr. Pibb is still owned by American Bottling Company.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, RC Cola's not anymore. They're Mid-Continental or something like that, um but yeah,
Or
so it's
whatever.
essentially huh?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's essentially like Pepsi has, well, actually, Dr. Pepper, depending on where you're at, is owned by any different company. But that's like Mr. Pibb is like Coke's answer to Dr. Pepper. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But
I was just gonna say
it's
this
like
story reminded me. Sorry, I cut you off again, but
no,
I'm
go.
just gonna go with it. Reminds me of I was on a flight. It was Delta, and I was leaving Atlanta for work, and I asked for Dr. Pepper, and she's like, "We only have." The flight attendant was like, in the most dry, annoyed, just rude voice ever, not even looking at me. She goes, "We only have Coke products," and I don't know. I didn't know what was what. So I was like, all right, I'll take a Mr. Pibb. We only have Coke products.
That is a Coke product.
Well, apparently, I don't know. But I was like, well, what do you have like that? And she's like, we only have Coke products. And I was like, oh my God,
So do you only have Coke? Yeah.
I'm gonna blow this plane up.
Oh, Justin's on the list. Justin's now on the list.
I have no
It was just
association with this, Justin.
Yeah.
it was just funny to me because she could have been like, we don't have that.
Yeah, but
They're
Or
getting paid like minimum wage. They
yeah,
ain't they don't have time for that shit. It's in the pamphlet in the back of the chair. You figure it out.
Well, next time you're on Delta, Justin, now you know Mr. Pibb is a Coke product, so they can go fuck themselves.
I mean, I'm just gonna stick to ginger ale. Every
Yeah,
single plane
of
has
course.
ginger ale.
Can't go wrong.
You never have to look stupid encountering that question. Just ginger ale. Oh no, I don't want a glass. I don't want any of your stinky ice. Just give me the can. Give me the ale. Plus, the glass has a much higher chance of spilling than the can does
Very
if
true.
you encounter turbulence.
Very true. Yes, very true. All right, cool. So Justin's 2 picks are the same. I'm gonna go
But
next,
different.
but different. So my second choice, I'm going root beer, and to get a little more specific,
Yeah.
I'm gonna one up Josh's little list he made earlier. Root beer made from a fresh A&W out of a frosted mug is the fucking best. That is the bomb, dude.
That is absolutely the wrong answer.
Yep.
Because Barks exists. Barks root beer is so much
Mm.
better.
Because Barks has bite? Is that why? Barks has caffeine? That's why it's better?
Yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
little more bitter. Like, just A&W just tastes like diabetes to me.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
It is
And
very sugary. I will say that. Like
if
traditional AW
oh, for
root beer.
sure.
Like, ugh.
But if you can find like a traditional A&W that still does it the right way, they're hard to come by now, but there's some left. And they serve it to you in that big ass frosty mug. Oh, dope. So good. Also, added bonus, root beer floats, man. You gotta love root beer floats. Who doesn't like
Beer
root beer
floats are great.
floats?
Yeah,
They're delicious. That didn't go through, Justin. Sorry.
we're not hearing any of
Huh?
Ryan,
What?
I have root beer syrup.
that. Of course you do.
Of course.
We used to do vanilla float or like root beer floats at the barbecue restaurant, and that was pretty fun. We'd get root beer from Millstream, like down the Amana colonies,
Oh, there you go.
That's
and
good.
then do like actual vanilla or floats and stuff, and that shit was super
Hell
good.
yeah.
We had orange cream soda from them as well, and that was
Ooh,
way better than the
really?
root beer. Yeah,
That sounds
it
good.
was just like it was like a creamsicle at that point. Like it was money.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah,
We might have to get you some Millstream when you're down next,
that
Ryan.
place is
Yeah.
super good. They have really
Yeah,
good sodas.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
I'll have to check
They
it
have
out.
good beers too.
True.
Speaking of floats, a really good float combo is Dr. Pepper, but a couple shots of cherry McGillicuddies to make your own cherry Dr. Pepper.
There you go.
Make like a little alcoholic float. I can't say I have done it more than a
Justin's like,
handful of times
yes.
because I never have ice cream in my house. I never have like liquor that's not whiskey in my house. So it's a rarity, but it's really good.
Hell yeah. There you go.
If I got ice
Um,
cream,
do
I
you
could
got
essentially make that.
do you
No,
got
I'd have to
Right now,
syrup
get the
for ice
cherry.
cream?
No, I don't have ice cream syrup. That sounds gross.
All right. So mine's root beer. Josh, what is your second choice?
mine is I'm just gonna go with the classic Dr. Pepper. I have never had the cherry Dr. Pepper. I didn't used to like cherry flavoring back in the day. Um, I'm still iffy on it depending on the brand. So um, I just love me a Dr. Pepper. Like it is the perfect soda for me. I'll also say, although it's not on my list, uh, Diet Dr. Pepper is like the best diet version of a regular soda. Uh, like Diet Mountain Dew is my favorite diet soda,
Yeah.
but it tastes nothing like Mountain
Right.
Dew.
Right.
Diet Coke doesn't taste like Coke. Diet Pepsi doesn't taste like Pepsi. Diet Dr. Pepper tastes exactly like fucking Dr.
Right.
Pepper. It is just exactly the same. So it's like the perfect, hey, I want a Dr. Pepper, but I don't want that sugar. Boom.
There
Now
you
they've
go.
actually even make like a Dr. Pepper Zero.
Yep.
So
Yep.
now I have multiple options for the exact same flavor. I
There
don't
you go.
understand why we need two of the exact same thing, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Very nice. All right. This is now a Dr. Pepper podcast.
I'm all right with that. Dr. Pepper, if you're listening, sponsor
Yeah,
us.
right.
I will drink all of the Diet Dr. Pepper on this right now.
Adam, second choice.
Wasn't 100% sure if this is like considered a soda, but the high C orange that you used to get at McDonald's back
That
in
was
the
my
day.
third pick, you fucking asshole.
Sorry,
Damn it.
like I don't know, like
This is a good one.
That is a very good pick. And yes, that
yeah,
absolutely counts, Adam.
brings me back to childhood. Like I have not been to McDonald's in years and years and years and years. I mean, I think once they stopped serving that soda is probably when I decided to say "fuck you,
Hey,
McDonald's."
Adam.
Yeah,
Guess what, Adam? It's back.
yeah, it's still not enough to bring me back to McDonald's. Sorry, it's garbage food. But
Yeah, it
that
absolutely is.
soda, like something about it, like when you're eating some like chicken nuggets with sweet and sour sauce and like the fries, and like it was just like a perfect balance between salty and like sweet and like other stuff. So yeah.
That's a very good choice, Adam. Now I have to think of a new third, but that was a very good one.
I need to think of a third too, so good luck.
Can we all agree that there was always sometimes like a high C strawberry or something, and that one is far worse.
Yeah,
Was
I'm
there a
not.
high C strawberry?
I
It
remember
does.
them trying to do
It
like
had,
fruit punch bullshit, and like
maybe
it was
that's what it
not good.
was.
Yeah, like yeah, for sure.
It
Uh,
was the orange is what you want.
It's so good.
Quick McDonald's story. I was in Milwaukee, I believe, at a concert. Some guys I used to be buddies with were in a band, and they were opening uh for Every Time I Die, I think they're opening for in Milwaukee. And so we all like just loaded up vans and had a whole party going. And I was with my friends Sean and Mike. Uh Justin knows them, I believe. Yeah. So we're we're in downtown, like the heart of Milwaukee. Not the best neighborhood. Like we went to a gas station across the street and they had like the bulletproof glass set up. And they had like a slot you had to hand money through. But there was also a McDonald's right outside the venue we were at. So we're like really hungry. It was towards the end of the show. We're like, all right, let's go get McDonald's. So we go in. Only white people in the entire McDonald's, like including employees. It was just us. Uh, so we're ordering our food, and my friend Sean, I'll never forget, just out of nowhere, I just hear him go, "Oh shit, you guys got grape soda?" Like, Sean, stop! He's like, "I've never been into McDonald's and had grape soda before." Like he was so excited.
I don't think I've ever been in one that's
Yeah,
Not on the
before either.
but they had it. Oh my god, it was hilarious. He was so excited. All right. Who are we at now?
Sugar, water, purple.
Uh,
Has everyone
Adam's
done
is great.
two?
Yeah.
I think
Since
everybody's done
Justin-
two, so
thanks,
back to
Justin.
Justin. Your third.
All right, so before I say my next one, I just got to point out here that I just discovered there is a Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco, Texas.
Ooh.
Waco's
Interesting
got an
place.
interesting history. So,
It's like interesting place. Yeah.
It sure does.
they got a Kool-Aid exhibit there as well.
I see what you did there.
But
Sugar,
to
water, purple, cyanide.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
to round out this list, my third and final choice is Dr. Pepper Darkberry.
Oh my god.
I have never even heard of that.
Just flip
It's
the
only
desk.
it only came out twice. The first time was after Far From Home Spider-Man, like in conjunction with it, and then it came out last summer for a limited time with the Jurassic World movie.
Okay.
So is it Dr. Pepper's McRib? Is it gonna keep like coming out like every...
I mean, I hope so.
He's back.
Apparently,
I hope so.
apparently, you can still get it if you go to the Dr. Pepper Museum in Waco, Texas.
I feel like this is awesome. I feel like
Not
this is
worth
a Nuka-Cola type of thing.
It's not worth it.
It glows in the dark.
It
Yeah.
was really good though.
I'd never had it. now I feel like I'm missing out on all this Dr. Pepper if it comes out again. Oh shit, that's hilarious.
I'll let you
All
guys
right.
know if I ever see it again.
Yeah, let us know. I'll run out and grab it.
I need to
Speaking
get
of
the
which,
syrup.
our Nabisco rep. Oh my god, our Nabisco rep was in today, and he always lets us try the new flavors of Oreos before they hit shelves.
Mm.
The newest flavor of Oreo coming out. It's called the most
Tuna.
Oreo.
Oh.
It's called the most Oreo ever. That's what it's called.
I
And
saw an
it's
Instagram reel of it today.
Is this where they have the Oreo like in the
yes,
cream and it's like
yes.
a cookies and cream? I've heard of this already as
It
well.
was
Yeah.
fucking
They,
good, dude.
they
It was
already
really
had
good.
a cookies and cream Oreo
No,
though.
no, this is
They
different.
okay.
Allegedly,
But it's Oreos apparently blended in the yeah, it's
yeah.
the same fucking
It
thing.
was, but it's a mega stuff. So you have to go into it knowing it's a mega stuff Oreo. So
Because
if you're
there's like,
not into
it
that,
looked like there were some big chunks of the
yeah,
Oreo in the cream.
yeah, there is. Yeah, it was good, man. I really liked it. Anyways,
Did you put it in the
uh,
freezer?
no, because I only got like he gave out one cookie. Like he was just handing out a cookie. Because
Did you
it
take
hasn't
it
hit
from him?
store shut.
You
Huh?
get one
Yeah.
everlasting
Did you?
gobstopper, and that's it.
Of course I took it from him. He's our Nabisco rep. It's his
No,
job
I
to
meant
hand
the
out
whole
samples.
package.
Oh no, I didn't. No. So,
Pussy.
Next time, spear him and just grab
yeah.
him so they can run away.
Run.
Goldberg.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so my final choice, I'm gonna pivot just slightly from what it was going to be. I'm just gonna say Orange Crush. Every
Mm.
once in a while, or like a Sunkissed or whatever.
Sun-kissed
Yeah.
orange, yeah, that
Yeah.
would
Orange
yeah,
Crush
that,
Classic.
was
for
my
sure.
Classic.
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not very often, but every once in a while I get a hankering for it. It's still really good. So,
So,
um,
randomly in the summer when it's hot
yeah,
out, like an
right,
Orange Crush is just amazing.
right, right. It's good shit. So, I would have preferred to have taken Orange High C from McDonald's, but that was stolen from me. So I'm gonna go for Orange Crush.
Right? Do you like how like specifically said from McDonald's?
Yes,
Because like,
I was
where
like,
else do you get
motherfucker.
that?
So solid. All right, Josh, what's your final?
Really quick, there was a point in my childhood where the Chuck E. Cheese in Cedar Rapids had both the Orange High C and Surge. So I would
Oh
mix that shit
wow!
together and like
Make Uber
honestly
diabetes?
I peaked in my childhood. It's been downhill from there,
he
honestly.
he was freebasing that shit. He's
No
like,
shit.
Yeah.
I bet
But
your mom loved you
that
after Chuck E.
hooked it
Cheese
up into my
visits.
veins.
Yeah.
honestly, this is about my energy level even as a kid after drinking Surge and High C. So like we never really got limited to any soda, but
Surge.
um but
I'm just picturing like 7-year-old Josh still with a beard. Like
that's true actually.
just like
Yeah,
I
I was
just like I am so wired right now. Like, just deadpan.
I mean, I've had
Ryan,
2 energy drinks today.
Yeah.
This is not to mention coffee.
What
Ryan, did
just
we first have Surge at the Minnesota Zoo or Valley Fair?
I think it was Valley Fair. I think I remember where you're yeah.
I couldn't remember which. I remember us getting it, and I feel like we had to convince our parents into letting
Yeah,
us
we
do
did.
it.
Yeah. Because it
Yeah,
was
Surge
super
was
hype.
rough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Surge was rough.
They're just
Um,
great. I've tried it as an adult because they brought it back, and if you thought Mountain Dew was syrupy, my fucking
oh
god.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I don't enjoy it as much as an adult, but I loved it as a kid.
Yeah. Oh hell
But
yeah.
That's what's nice about
anywho,
the SodaStream, because the cap, when you pour the
SodaStream
syrup,
also sponsor
Are we
us.
getting sponsored
Sponsor us.
yet?
there's 3 lines on the inside of the cap that you pour in. It's so
You're,
like little,
you're doing
medium,
lines off
a
the
lot.
SodaStream? What? Did I miss something?
So you can make it less
Who needs
syrupy
a
if you want.
hooker when you got a soda stream?
Okay. I'm actually gonna give my answer now.
Okay, give your answer.
Since we're talking about direct from McDonald's drinks, I'm gonna go with an alternative which is Baja Blast from Taco
Oh,
Bell.
Oh, there you go. All
I was
right.
wondering if
Now-
that was gonna come up. That's a good one.
It's
Yep.
so fucking good. You can't go to Taco Bell without getting a Baja
Right.
Blast. Now they made it in bottle form,
Not the same.
and it's trash. It's
Yep.
trash. Don't buy
Yep.
it. Like you gotta get it from Taco Bell. Like it's the perfect combination of like I'm going to regret this decision later, but it's great right now.
Right.
Isn't that Taco Bell in a
Yeah,
nutshell?
that's what I mean. It's like you're going to regret that you went to Taco Bell,
Yeah.
but you're at least going to not regret getting a Baja Blast.
Right. I like it. When I'm shitting my brains out later, I'll be glad
Yeah.
I enjoyed that Baja Blast.
It's a Baja Blast in and out.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Oh, very nice. All right, Baja Blast it is. Adam, what's your final?
My final is classic Coca-Cola in a glass bottle.
All right.
Coming. So it's the only reason I say this, and I haven't had this in like God, probably like 20 years. Where my dad used to work a long time ago, they had a glass bottle dispenser, like vending machine, and it like frosted all of the glass bottles. And I just remember getting Coca-Cola in a glass bottle, frosted, and it was amazing in the summers.
Made with real sugar.
It was probably made with
Yep,
real sugar
I'm
back
sure
then.
it
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely, probably was.
Real
Yeah, I mean, this was like,
sugar.
Yeah.
this is like like early '90s, so probably was at that point. So,
Probably
Cane
yeah.
sugar.
delicious. Very nice. All right.
But I've
cool.
tried Coca-Cola since then, and it's just like, oh my god, this is so sugary, and like it's like
Yeah.
the worst thing ever. I mean,
There
again,
you
I
go.
don't drink sodas. I don't like sugar a lot, just candidly. But yeah, I have
My
My favorite
nostalgia behind that sort of thing. So
my
I
favorite
remember,
Coke was
oh, go ahead.
is old baseball games where they had the small ice cubes. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about.
I think I do. Like crushed
But
ice.
yeah, but it wasn't really, there was like small cubes, but
Okay.
Hmm.
I only remember getting it at like vending booths at old baseball games, like where we
Yeah.
used to play baseball and stuff.
Right.
Like concession stand Coke in a glass
There you
with
go.
this tiny ice.
There you go. Very nice. I remember like growing up, Justin and I basically exclusively drank Mountain Dew. Like we just Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Code Red. But then Dad was super into Diet Coke and Mom was super into regular Coke. And like I remember going through a lot of soda growing up. Like a lot. A lot. We had
I
a
used to
mini
drink
fridge
2 or
down in
3
the
a night.
basement. Oh yeah. We had a mini fridge down in the basement that was just packed full all the time. So lots of soda. Good
I would
times.
fucking leap from one flight of stairs to the next next to go get me my Mountain Dew for the next game.
Yeah. Very nice. All right. Good choice, Justin. That was a fun one to go through. So my pick next week, back to me. I'm going to go Nintendo exclusive characters. Has to be a Nintendo character. And exclusive to Nintendo. Because I wanna get rid of the whole Smash Bros controversy. Like I don't want anybody to be like, Sephiroth was in Smash Bros, so I'm taking Sephiroth. No. Exclusive Nintendo characters. There's plenty to choose from, so it should be a good time. So
I'm picking Minecraft Steve. He's
no,
in
that
Smash
doesn't
Bros.
fucking count.
It counts. I'm counting
No,
it.
it doesn't.
I'm calling it now. Nobody picked that. Nobody picked that. I'm picking it already.
Banjo
I
Kazooie.
said it.
I'm taking Banjo Kazooie.
Oh, that's two people. You fuck.
yeah, you Banjo or Kazooie. Yeah. yeah.
You can pick one. I'm picking the other one.
Oh shit. All right. So Nintendo exclusive characters. Next week, we'll do a quick pick of the week and let's get out of here. Adam, we'll go to you first. What's your pick of the week?
I feel like I've done the first season and previous, but Vox Machina came out with a season 2 on Amazon, and
Hmm.
super good. Though I will say they ended the season on quite the cliffhanger, and it feels like it should be like a half season. Like the way they ended the second season was kind of like, what? Like I want more. Come
Yeah.
on. Like what the fuck? Like I don't know.
Yeah, that is a really good show. Both seasons
Super,
were
super, super
a
good. If you
very
like
fun
D and
time.
D, it's amazing. So
Even
much
if you
fun.
don't like D&D,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
it was
I
super
mean,
fun.
Interesting. I haven't seen it. I'll have to check
It's
it out.
on it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Out there. So check it out. Super good, fun
They're like
animated D&D series.
30-minute episodes.
Oh, okay.
hmm
Quick
And
hitters.
I mean, it's got all the like voice actors and stuff that are in critical roles. So, I mean, it's got like Ashley Johnson and
Oh,
you know, I
nice.
mean, like
Mercer.
like tons and
Or
tons of
Matt
good
Mercer.
voice actors. I mean, like then they all know each other in like the voice acting world. Like, there's tons of like side characters who are like, I know that fucking person from like
Right.
this video game or this show, or like there's tons of that going on in it.
Nice.
It's
Okay.
awesome. It's just
It's
a bunch of
very
voice
good.
actors having fun. Yeah, it's super enjoyable.
Nice.
Very adult, I will say.
Very
Though. Like
adult.
Okay.
if you got kids or anything, like it is not a kids thing. It's very, very adult. So
Awesome. All right, I'll have to check it out. Cool. Josh, what's yours?
Mine's a specific YouTube video. It's called Deep Sea Gigantism by Natural World Facts. And it's like a mini documentary about giant deep sea
Nope.
creatures.
I'm out. Nope.
There's one in
That's a
particular.
hard pass, Josh.
Let me find this here because I needed. I thought of you specifically. Um, there's a thing called a big fin squid. You ever heard of this thing?
Not looking it up either.
I'm gonna send it to us. I need you to look this up while we're recording. Um, this is what it looks like. Just sent it to our group chat.
Oh, okay. That's terrifying. How big are those?
So let's see, about 26 feet long.
Okay, each one? Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah, yeah. And so what they do is they just float around and then drag those against the sea bottom to feel things. Since there's no light or very little light, then like they're hiding in the darkness above and it's just like marionette strings across the ground because you can't see the squid. And it's fucking terrifying. Uh big fin squid. Look that up, people. But anyway, it's about, we don't entirely know why the deeper you go, the bigger the fish get. Cause, or I guess not really fish, because there's not a ton of big fish. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of big, like,
Creatures.
Creatures.
arthropods and things like that. So, and they go over some of like the giant sponges that exist in Marianas Trench and some of the big sharks that are down there. There's like an angler fish, if you've ever seen one of those, like the size of a person. That's a thing that exists. That I wanted you to know about specifically.
Thanks. Thank you.
This spider crab thing gonna give me nightmares.
Is that the like one that has like, it's like 3 feet long, spread out? Yeah, yeah. So funny thing is that is the exact same sea spider that are in like much shallower oceans, but in the shallow portion they only grow to be like an eighth of an inch big. They're the same thing. Like genetically they're the exact same thing, but in, you're on mute, by the way, Adam. I see you talking.
God damn it. I would think being that far down that large would not be advantageous because you would think the pressure and
Right.
everything, and like getting larger, you would think more pressure upon your surface area. Like it doesn't make sense.
And there's less food at the bottom of the ocean as well. So you would
But a lot of
think,
people think they get like nutrients from like jets and like chemical more than like
and there's a
They're
thing called,
feeding
mutated.
upon other living things. I think is like what the big thing is.
and there's a thing called marine snow. I think it's called marine snow, or maybe it's like ocean snow.
It's
Or
like the weird shit that's coming out of the jets, and then it settles down. Yeah,
not just the jets,
and
but
it's like sulfur and
there's like
other
tons
things.
and tons of like little bits of rotting fish from above that float down.
Oh,
And so if you watch like a lot of videos, so if you look at the picture I posted of the big fin squid, there's like all of those little like particles That's
Mhm, mhm.
marine snow. That's just like mostly organic material and feces from fish. Way, way, way,
Hmm.
way, way up in the ocean, like floating down and condensing to. But anyway, I find the ocean incredibly interesting, even though it is terrifying. And
Just like space.
yeah, yeah.
Dude,
I
I'd take
in
space over the bottom of the ocean any day.
Hmm.
Oh,
I
no.
wouldn't. The ocean's way cooler than space.
I'd
Space is a
probably
whole
kill
lot of
myself in
nothing.
either.
It's just like yeah, I was just gonna say it's
So,
boring and nothing.
no,
Yeah.
I just remembered that if Skull and Bones does well, I'm gonna give you a choice about that bet. Okay, you can either play Genshin Impact, or I found a different game for you called Iron Lung on
I'm playing
Steam.
Genshin Impact.
Oh, Iron
Okay.
Lung's super fun.
It's a short game, but you are in a submarine
Sub.
going deeper into the ocean, and I just want to watch you
You just
play
gotta
that
like look
on
out the
stream.
portholes and like the shit that's going on, and it
Take
gets
like little
fucking
pictures.
weird. It gets
Honest-
creepy.
Honestly, like, even though it's like super cartoony and not real at all,
Mm-hmm. It's not.
Subnautica gave me so much anxiety I couldn't play it.
Huh.
Couldn't play it.
That's
I
why I want
just
you to play Iron Lung on stream.
not-
I want to
Nope.
watch this.
I mean, I'm not worried about losing this bet anyways, because I think Skull and Bones is gonna store at the most probably like a 23, 22. But I'm not concerned about losing this bet. But I think we're gonna be fine. So
Doesn't it have to
Would
come
you-
out?
yeah,
It does have to come out, but not.
That's true.
But I did specify when we were recording whether or not it had to come out in the fiscal quarter,
And it
or
does not. No.
it does not. So
No.
if it comes out a year from now and does
Yeah.
well, I'll still win.
I
I don't
think
know what happens if I lose.
did we if you lose you have to paint one of my Stormlight minis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Completely forgot. Yep.
And I'm gonna let Justin pick the most difficult one to paint, and that's the one you have to do. So
Those are the
That'll
ones I
help
find
me.
most interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Joke's on you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
What did we
all
set the
pink,
over under
though.
at, by the way? Was it what was the over under? Was it 50 or 60?
I was thinking it was 60.
Was it 60?
I
Okay,
want it
couldn't
to be
remember.
50, but I think it was 60.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Next week I'm gonna say 40.
Yeah.
It was 20, Ryan. I know what
Yeah,
you're talking about. No.
All right, Justin, what's your pick of the week?
So I'm gonna have to go with the greatest invention ever, and it's my SodaStream.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it. I fucking knew that was coming.
I kind of had a feeling that was coming
Oh
too.
my God.
I just don't understand how everyone doesn't have one. It is the greatest thing, and you can just get the seltzer bottles, like the water flavor stuff, so you can make like seltzer water. If you don't like carbonated water or soda, then it's probably not for you. But like this one I'm drinking now, like I can see through, so it's not like it's crazy syrupy, and it's just a strawberry watermelon. You can get uh normal lemonade, any soda flavors, Red Bull. Fucking Google it. There's all the flavors, man. Sprite, ginger ale.
I will say we have one, and we have well water, and putting just water in there, it's like carbonated like mineral water. It's like Pellegrino or something. It's super good.
All right. This has
Yeah,
become
carbonated mineral water.
a Dr. Pepper SodaStream podcast. So
Only for this week. Next week it'll be a Death in Space podcast again.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
No,
Somehow,
don't worry.
somehow,
I can.
somehow we find a Soda Stream in
If you
Desert
guys are
Space.
driving, if you guys are flying around like a Toyota Corolla or whatever car you picked, we
Chevy
can put
Nova?
Dr.
Nova, come
Chevy
on.
Nova, whatever.
Shut up, whatever.
I can
Who
put
gives a shit?
Dr. Pepper in this game, whatever. I don't give a shit.
I will say, I was telling Justin earlier, but Kat and I listened to the Nerds in Space yesterday through the whole
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
super good. Yeah, it was fun.
Anything
Ryan,
surprise
Ryan
you?
just needs to be a little more social and not hate every single
Yeah.
human in the whole universe.
I'm gonna tone it down a bit.
But I get it. Like I get it.
That's one hard thing. It's especially like sometimes people will play in D&D like chaotic neutral, but they don't actually know what that means
Right.
really, and so like they don't entirely know how they're supposed to act, and it's much harder to be an asshole and still progress the game.
Right.
You can
But-
definitely be an asshole and still talk to every single person.
Yeah.
Like,
think of it like
it
Geralt.
is tough.
Geralt
It's
is not a
definitely
nice
tough.
person,
Right.
but he still, like interacts. It's a hard balance though.
The difference
for
though
sure.
is Geralt's a fucking badass. We are
I'm
not.
sorry. Mufasa's not a badass. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying Geralt can back up his assholeness.
Yeah,
If
there
someone
you go.
gets mad, he can just literally chop their head in half and not
Well,
care.
we're all going to become badasses if we don't get yeeted into space at some point. So
Don't get
Yeet.
attached to your characters.
Yeah.
That's all I would say. It's called Death in Space. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say. And we have terrible stats, and
Yeah.
it's Josh as our DM.
Y'all do have pretty terrible stats, but
Yeah, we do.
I digress.
All right. Real quick, my pick of the week is a book I recently read called The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I think it's Kuang. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, it's a trilogy, the Poppy War
Oh.
trilogy.
Not about heroin. Got it.
It is not. Well, kind of. It was kind of. It was about a war about poppy fields. So I mean,
Hmm.
it's that's part of the story.
Opium probably based
yeah.
off of the
Yeah,
time
right.
frame.
Sorry, Red Rock opium, which is basically heroin. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
But so it kind of starts off kind of generic, like Harry Potterish, a little bit. Like this girl, like takes this test and scores in the top percentile, so she gets accepted into this military academy, like the best military academy. And it's kind of tropey for a while. But then as like the magic system starts, she takes opium to communicate, to hallucinate and communicate with the gods, and that's kind of like where they get their
Hmm.
powers from or whatever. But it was still, I was like, as I was reading, I was just kind of like, all right, this is pretty good, you know. And then about halfway through the book, it takes a turn, and it gets super dark, super fast, and that's when it really took off for me. It got very good.
They took too much opium.
No, yeah, kind of. But yeah, it just I don't want to spoil anything from the book, but if you're feeling like it's too tropey and kind of too whatever going through, just keep going because it hits and it gets very good. I will say another book I read that I didn't like as much as I thought I was going to, that Josh has talked about before. I read Cormac McCarthy's The Road because Josh was talking about it so much. It was really dark, but the way you were talking about it, I was expecting it to be worse, to be honest with you. Like, there was some fucked up shit, and it
I
was
think it's
very dark.
dated at this point a little
That
bit.
could be.
Unfortunately.
Like I said, it's not even the darkest Cormac McCarthy book.
Oh, okay.
Which would be, in my opinion, Blood Meridian is infinitely darker. But it's like people's first entry into like kind of depressing shit.
Right.
I consume only depressing shit, so
Yeah.
like that's what I enjoy. But like I know for the non-consumer of that type of thing, the road is hard for a lot of people.
Right. Right.
In your
Uh,
in your scale of depressingness, like 1 being meh to Josh and 10 being like I've never seen anything crazy, where would the road be on a Josh scale?
I think it's like a solid 5.
Okay. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Like
I would have guessed like a
it,
3 or 4 for you, but okay.
yeah, it's hard to say because like you know it's hard because there's different like types of depressing. Um, and so like I would imagine someone with a kid would have a much harder time
Sure.
with the road than I would, who doesn't give a shit about kids. But,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
uh,
If you had that connection, I would agree with that.
or like
That's why I feel like it would have been like a 3 or 4, honestly. Like a
yeah.
5. You gave
And
it to a 5.
so, but I'm kind of grading it for other people, if that
Right.
makes
I
sense.
wanted the Josh scale, though.
On the Josh scale, I would say probably still a 4.
Okay.
Because like, I mean, it's a dark book, but I also have to compare it against like other things. There's an infinite number of things less dark than The Road. Every comedy that has ever existed is lower than it on. So, but then you have like way high on the list is like Grave of the Fireflies. Like I said, I would say Blood Meridian's closer to like a 7. Or maybe like a 6 or
Okay.
7. Um, but I also found on Amazon. Have y'all seen Grave of the Fireflies?
Never even heard of it.
So it's an anime movie, but it's about 2 kids living in World War II Japan, and it is bad.
It's not
Okay.
good. Yeah.
It's not good. But I did find that there is a company from Japan who makes a candy, and which like it's pretty free. It's pretty common to have and like popular anime like on the packaging. And there's a kids candy that has the kids from Grave of the Fireflies on it, and that brings me so much joy. In that like 90% of that movie, they're just trying to figure out how to feed themselves. It just brings me so much happiness to see them using them to sell candy. Uh,
Interesting.
it's so dark and hilarious, but it's a very good movie. But but like that's up there on the scale, and it's
Okay.
hard to judge things.
Like I will say, like, the Poppy War, there's kind of one part of the book particularly that was, as a whole, The Road is a darker book, but there was one part of the Poppy War that got darker than anything that happened in The Road. For example, um, they kind of come across this town that had been taken over by the other army, and they find some survivors that describe what they went through with the other one, and it was like, Jesus fuck, man. Like, it was hard to read. Like, god damn.
And that's
So,
why like Grave of the Fireflies and Blood Meridian are so much darker for me, is because they describe things that actually happened. You
right,
know, like of course this Poppy War didn't exist, but the
right,
things that happened that they're describing absolutely did
right,
exist in wars.
right.
Uh, you know, and so um I find that so much more dark. We were talking previously about The Stand. I
Yeah,
finished Stephen King's The Stand, and there's a bunch of people who die, like 99% of the population,
almost everybody, yeah.
and I'm just like, whatever. Like it wasn't a
Yeah,
dark book. It wasn't dark. People died, but
right,
you like not in a dark way, if that makes
right,
sense. So,
right. Not in
uh,
a graphic, yeah. Like, man,
yeah.
there's, I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything for the book, but uh there's one part where they talk about what happened to this pregnant woman, and I like almost couldn't read it. Like, I almost had to stop. Like, it was fucking brutal, dude. Just brutal.
Like
Um
Game of the Thrones,
uh
Red Wedding.
worse. Like,
Oof.
worse. So, um
Feel like it
but
needs
yeah,
to be my goal to find a book that you can't get through.
that I can't get through.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
that's
But it
gonna be
has
my
to
new
be
mission.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to suffer through a bad book just to give it
Right.
to Ryan. I
Right.
I want to read a good book that
Right.
just crushes
Right.
anyone else.
So it's like, I don't know, like the Poppy War, I recommend it if, like, one, to get ready for some dark shit towards the end of the book. And it ends on a pretty bleak note too. But there's two more books coming which I have not read yet. And then just know, like, as you started, it's very tropey in the beginning. It's very kind of straightforward, but it does get substantially better. I really enjoyed it. So
Are the other books out yet, or no?
yes, the whole trilogy is
Okay,
finished.
thank
Yep.
God.
Yeah, the trilogy is finished. So and I own them. But like I told Josh earlier, I'm trying to get through Joe Abercrombie, and he's got 9 books. So what I'm doing is I'm reading an Abercrombie book, and then I'm reading something else, and then I'm reading Abercrombie, then I'm reading something else. So I'll probably read book 2 of that after I finish my current Abercrombie book. So, all right. But anyways, sorry.
When you get to
This
read
is
your Hollister book.
my. Yeah, I see what you did there. That was a dad joke.
Hmm.
All right. Oh my god. All right. I knew I shouldn't have said this was going to be a short episode earlier.
Nope.
So,
2
Yeah.
hours long. Let's go.
all right. That's going to wrap it up. Just reminded everybody, tune in next Monday, episode 2 of Nerds in Space. We'll be playing Death in Space again, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Join us. Should be a good time. I feel like we're starting to get into a groove a little bit, or at least I'm kind of beginning to feel a little bit more comfortable. So, um, oh,
Yeah,
my
that'll
candy.
get better too as we go more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of learning. Like I told everybody, I'm so new at this. This is not my thing. So I'm kind of. Justin's been giving me some pointers on how to play my character a little bit better. So just gonna get better from here. I think I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna. I didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. But I really had a good time. So
I think you were having more fun than the last time I played D&D with
yeah,
you a
but
long time ago.
that was mostly because I was playing D&D with Cam, and I was so angry the whole time. So that was a huge part of it. Sorry, Cam. but, yeah,
Drunk Cam.
Yeah, drunk Cam. So, but I'm looking forward to more Nerds in Space next week. So it'll be a good time.
Hell yeah.
But thank you everybody for tuning in to Twitch. Everybody, we do appreciate it. If you're watching this after the fact, which from what Justin's telling me, we've been having some pretty good numbers lately. So, we
Not on
appreciate.
YouTube, we haven't. Go add some comments or watch it on YouTube.
I've been
Comment.
trying to like and subscribe. Like and
Yeah.
subscribe, everybody.
But anyways, thank you everyone for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.